You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Beyond the Gates fans, I've got your weekly spoilers for September 8th through the 12th. After the terrible decision to take an entire week off of airing new episodes. Oh my gosh, way to kill the momentum. Very annoying, especially with that cliffhanger we had, but we are back on Monday and I've got the goods for you. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Please click that subscribe and let's jump into these awesome spoilers for BTG. Again, we're going to talk about Hayley completely snapping and Leslie also losing it. So on Monday, September 8th is season 1, episode 124 of Beyond the Gates. And Eva is seeing a new side of her dad, Dr. Ted Richardson. Now, if you remember, Eva had asked Ted to please stop Leslie from buying the house across the street from the Duprees and painting it magenta and just being a constant embarrassment to Eva. And in a very strange move, Ted offered his and Nicole's house to Leslie. Why would Ted do that? Eva wants answers because, of course, Leslie has gone over there and made a rear end of herself, which is pretty typical behavior. So we also have this situation with Allison holding Chelsea hostage, and it takes a violent twist. I wonder if one of the ladies is stabbed, most likely Allison, if someone gets the knife. You know, Allison did have that big knife. She was cutting the cake, and then they started wrestling over it. Chelsea's had it with this whole situation, and things are going to get really bad soon. Leslie is stunned and upset when the rug is pulled out from under her. She's going to be bawling to her daughter Eva this week about how she's not nobody. And it sounds to me like Nicole reads Leslie for filth when she comes over trying to evict her from her own house because Ted made that offer. He had to know that Leslie would go over there. So I don't know what his end game is or why he thought this wouldn't make things worse. On Tuesday, September 9th, it's season 1, episode 125 of Beyond the Gates. And we have somebody asking Tomas to take on the Duprees. And I wonder if it is Leslie. That's my question. I'm not sure who else would be suing them right now, but you know, there's always trouble for the Duprees. So Naomi doesn't like what she sees with her parents, Danny and Bill, on Tuesday. Now they're getting closer during this whole Chelsea crisis, and Naomi may not like that. Hayley certainly doesn't like that, but they are parents. Hayley doesn't like the fact that they were holding hands during the press conference like they never broke up, and she's being very insecure right now, and that's on top of her faking that miscarriage. So we also have Anita and Vernon worried about family and how far that one of the family members has been pushed, and that may be about Chelsea, because also this week, Anita, Vernon, Bill, Danny, Hayley, and Naomi are all together on a video call with Kat. She's in the car with Madison and Jacob. They are out on the road heading to the little house that Allison inherited that they located the address for. They are determined to save Chelsea from psycho Allison. But then while on this video call, Kat shrieks at Jacob that there is a truck coming at them. So the question is, will Jacob avoid a crash, or are things about to get much worse for the Duprees? Are they going to be watching on this video call when the car is hit and goes tumbling and terrible things happen? I mean, how many bad things can happen in a single night for the Duprees? Apparently a lot, because Chelsea's wrestling for a knife, and Kat and Jacob and Madison may be, you know, dealing with life and death stuff as well. On Wednesday, September 10th, it's season 1, episode 126 of Beyond the Gates. We've got Ted confronting Nicole. He thinks he's really trying to make things better, and he doesn't feel like his efforts are appreciated. And Nicole is slow clapping Ted this week, and this is all about this stunt that has gone down with Leslie, and Nicole's very sarcastic and very angry at him. Meanwhile, Even though Ted and Nicole's marriage is completely wrecked, Smitty and Martin's marriage is getting back on track, and spoilers say another couple gets closer. Now, that could be Danny and Andre, or could be Derek and Ashley. Plus, Allison has a weird request. Now, if she's been busted by the police at this point, maybe she's asking for Chelsea to come make conjugal visits or something creepy, since she forced her to marry her while holding her hostage. On Thursday, September 11th, is episode 127 of season 1 of Beyond the Gates, and we've got Derek keeping a secret. Now, I wonder if it's a good secret. Is he getting feelings back in his legs, but he wants to wait and see that it's a permanent thing before he tells Shanice, before he tells Ashley? Plus, Hayley is annoyed that her hubby Bill keeps sidelining her, especially during family crisis moments. She already had to get in a little fight with the Duprees to even walk into the house to be there for Bill during the whole Chelsea crisis. And then she had to watch Bill holding hands with Danny and kind of acting like they are still married. And Hayley's losing it. We still don't know who her conspiracy partner is in the whole fake pregnancy thing. And again, I'm back to thinking, and this is what I've said before, that she is somehow looking for revenge on Bill. I think he did something dirty to somebody she cares about. And I think the whole thing, even her getting close to Danny and the family, might have been a setup. So Chelsea makes an abrupt decision that shocks Kat. I wonder if Chelsea is going to decide to give up her whole influencer thing, because the whole Allison obsession came from the influencer stuff. Like, she felt that Chelsea was talking straight to her, and she felt that she really knew Chelsea because of all of her social posts and everything. So Chelsea may just be completely gun shy about stalkers after this horrible Allison incident. Plus, Danny opens up to Vanessa about her feelings, but is she talking about her feelings for new romance Andre or Bill, the guy she's been crazy about forever? Maybe that closeness that she and Bill had during the Chelsea crisis has just driven Danny back 10 steps, and she's kind of mentally back in Bill's clutches. So after talking to Danny, we're going to have Vanessa running straight back into sexy bad guy Joey's arms. She just can't quit him. But then Doug walks in on them and he explodes. And that was right after Joey telling Vanessa that he's okay lying to Doug if it means he can keep having Vanessa. Friday, September 12th on Beyond the Gates is season 1, episode 128. So on Friday, we're going to have Ashley making a brave and bold move. And I still wonder if she's going to be bringing Derek home to stay with her now that she's convinced he's her guy and she's going to see him through this paralysis crisis. Plus, Samantha does some scheming, and it could be about reuniting her dads, or it could be about her bio mom, June, because Samantha does seem to have some second thoughts and doesn't entirely want her bio mom out of her life, unlike her brother Tyrell, who wants nothing to do with June. Kat is upset when she sees two couples looking close. One could be Eva and Tomas. Another could be Leslie and Ted. We'll wait and see what has Kat all bunged up by the end of next week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.